There, is everything working? I guess it is. Jeez. Trying to find out, is the level okay? I'm trying to get this thing to go down. I know, go down, brother. Where is it? Testing. I guess we're okay. It's not me. Anyway, Wes is gone. So, as you can tell, I'm doing this by myself. Gail's working the board. Wes is filming a surfing competition, I think for ESPN down in Pismo Beach. So you gotta do what you gotta do. And so I'm here. So you guys, in order for this to work today, I need a lot of questions, anything you want, and let's just get on it, okay? And we'll talk about whatever you want. If you got a question about anything, I've got my tablet here. I can draw out stuff and all that good stuff. Okay, however, God, these headsets are freaking hot. Okay, one of the things that we, by the way, that was impressions and I got lost. Okay, I get it. I got lost. I started looking at the message board and I got lost. But isn't that a great tune? We had one of our live classes last night. And one of the things that we talked about is when we have a Dorian mode where we have in this case, we have D minor for 16 bars. Okay, so we really interpret that as Dorian. And so that means it's 2 of C. So if you can play a C scale, you can improv this song. Let me see if I can. Don't go anywhere. Here's a C scale. All right. And one of the things we talked about is the class has been on arpeggios. And even though it's D minor, all of the arpeggios of any of the chords in the key is going to sound really cool. And so we did a lot of experimenting with that. And so it's a wonderful class. We had a great time. Had about 25 people there. And everybody behaves themselves. They don't, they all have their mute button on until they really got something to say. So it's really nice. So the song goes D minor for 16 bars, E flat minor for 8, back for another 8, back to D minor. So E flat minor so at that point when it goes up to E flat minor, we're basically talking about anything in the key of D flat. Let me illustrate real quick. So what are the chords in the key of C? C major 7, D minor, E minor 7, F major 7, G7, A minor, B minor 7 flat 5, back to C. Any of those sound really cool against or over, I shouldn't say against, but over those chords. So you just pick 1 or 2 of them, like G7 sounds so good over D minor. Check this out. F major 7. So I'm in D flat now. Now C. Anyway, that's a fun tune to solo over. And that was one of the things we talked about in the class. So if you guys are interested, jump on one of those classes, see if you like it. Well, let's do a little roll call and see who's here. I'm seeing a new name here, Rolf Simonson from sunny Columbia. Wow. Andrew, what's happening? New Jersey. Jim Rolfe, how's it going, buddy? No smoke today. Yeah, boy, Jim lives down in Moore Park. They've got this smoke coming in from Santa Clarita Fire, which is out by Magic Mountain. And our neighbors up here have a home in Camarillo, and they have COPD, and they had to get out of there so they could breathe. And but anyway, I'm going to be passing through there on the way to the guitar show. I'm going to the Orange County Fairgrounds for the guitar show this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I decided not to go to the NAMM show this year just because we have a mastermind meeting on Thursday evening. And usually I go Thursdays, and then half a day on Friday, then go set up at Orange County Fairgrounds. But to be honest, been there, done that, and it's nice to see old friends, but sometimes it's like that wears you out. So after last 2 weekends ago doing the San Rafael show, I thought, you know what, I'm going to pass on the NAMM show and just do the guitar show in Orange County Fairgrounds. So if you've got a chance, come on by, even though you live in Columbia, New Jersey, come on by. Dave, hi, David Bronson. Great class last night. Thank you so much. I'm glad you jumped on that. Evan Jack, indeed. Impressions is a great tune. Does the Gibson Chet Atkins guitar fit into the category of jazz guitar? What about the Gretsch White Falcon? Well, that's a good question, because I played a Chet Atkins nylon string for years and years. Played all kinds of jazz tunes with that. Nylon strings speak to their audience more than electric, in my opinion. People love the sound of the nylon string guitar more than they do even a jazz electric guitar. So, they're a little harder to play for me. So I have a Chet Atkins. I had two for a while, and I sold one of them. Problem with the Chet Atkins is sometimes those preamps, they just take a dump, and then once that happens, it's like, crap. And then you got to replace it, and boy, I got a squeaky chair. You got to replace it, and then that's no fun. But they're a wonderful guitar, wonderful. Just up the road. Oh, hi, Lee. Yeah, King City. Great day to... What one isn't? Okay, my guitar teacher just assigned me the standard Alone Together, which is in key of D minor. Would the approach you talked about work for this tune? Well, you got Alone Together. Ba, 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 ba. So these are 2/5 of D minor, and it's a dark minor. So this minor 7, you only have D minor for a measure. So, doing some of these other it might work for a split second, but then as soon as E minor 7 appears, you're in another key. Okay, you're in the key of D. I'd like to sometimes call it hard minor. So D melodic minor, D harmonic minor, could be any one of those. Alone Together, great tune. We'll play that in a little bit. Wait a minute, what are you doing here? Set in here A, B, C, D, E. Don't I have it? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's kind of up. A great tune. I have a question, Rich. I have a question. Rich, I have a problem keeping my place on tunes with an A structure. The place where I get lost is the end of the one chorus, the beginning of the next. No kidding. Yeah, because you end up with 3 A's in a row, right? So usually the tune has, like, for instance, in this song, it's got this at the end of the second A, or the last A. So that's kind of a good dead giveaway. Okay, that's where we are. The best thing is to learn the lyrics. So you're always humming the tune or saying the words or whatever, and then you'll know where you're at. So don't ignore the lyrics. Make sure you learn them. I hope that helps. Okay. So, we covered that. Let's see. Patrick Evans. Hello, Patrick. How's it going, buddy? Pat had one of the best lines I've ever heard. I introduced him and I said, he's a pillar in the community of Fresno. And Pat said, and you know what dogs do to pillars. Very good. Question. I know the minor scales, but we'll explain the reasoning behind calling them minor, natural minor, and harmonic. You got to call them something. Natural being it's only natural, I guess. It's like relative minor. What was the other one? Natural. And then harmonic. Harmonic has that minor third in it. Let me show you something that's kind of neat. Let me start this puppy up. Basically a minor, I'll just show it to you. Look at, when we divide scales up, we have the first tetrachord, right? That's a minor tetrachord. Doesn't this guitar sound good? All right, so anyway, and then from the fifth, I have many options. This tells me it's a minor, but up here from the fifth, I have many options. If I go with the same minor tetrachord, that's Dorian, right? Because it's part of a B-flat scale. You hear it? All right. Now, if I go and play a major tetrachord at that point, that's harmonic minor. I should probably go to this camera. If I go, here's harmonic or melodic minor. If I go, there's Dorian. If I go, that's relative minor or natural minor, so it's coming from an E-flat scale. So each one has a different one. And then harmonic minor. We have that. So I call this a minor tetrachord from the root and a harmonic tetrachord from the fifth. All right. So that's one way to look at the minor chords. And each one has different minor scales. Each one has different chords in them too. You know, before we go any further, I should show you this guitar. Okay, I just picked this up 2 weeks ago at the San Rafael Guitar Show. I've had several of these 550s, and I've had, I've always flipped them. I had one for a long, long time, and then one of my students from Norway came to the workshop, and he really liked it, and just so I said, okay. And so I sold it to him. And but this one is a 93, and I don't get it. I really don't get it why people don't play guitars. This thing just sat around. Reason I know that, there's no fret wear. When I got it, it was very, you know, it came from the Bay Area. When you got there's so much moisture in the air. Everything on here was corroded, this tailpiece. But look at it now. The tailpiece was corroded. Let me get this up. What happened here? I mean, just oxidized like crazy. The pickup covers were too, but they buffed out nicely. This I had to use on my. I have a buffing machine, so I buffed that out. By the way, this guitar is a custom-made guitar from Heritage, and I'll show you the custom features of it. I also had to buff out the tuners. The tuners, you know, were like, again, very... You see that? Let's go to this guy. The tuners were really corroded, and they buffed out very nicely. No dings on the neck. Now, check this out. See how it's got the 5-piece neck? These guitars didn't come with a 5-piece neck. These came with a 3-piece neck. We had a big sonic boom this morning, and so I think Elon Musk must have launched a rocket over here at Vandenberg. All right, so isn't that pretty? It's pretty. Now these are laminate guitars, but they have just got the most. Sound like a ship coming in. They are they're laminate. They don't feed back like even though it's hollow body, they don't feed back as much as like an eagle or a golden eagle. I first learned about the 550 when we took the tour at Kalamazoo, and there was one there, and I picked it up and plugged it in. And I thought, well, I said, man, this thing has got the sound, and it just feels so good. It's got, ebony fretboard, split block inlays, bound headstock, maple pickguard. They don't make this guitar anymore. So what this guitar is Heritage's answer to the Tal Farlow. So it's got the same dimensions, 17-inch lower bout, 3 inches deep, 25.5-inch scale length. And this, remember I showed you a picture of the pickups a couple weeks ago? Somebody finally clued me in that this pickup is a Seymour Duncan Antiquity pickup. So we have a shouter in the back. Let me see if I can mute. Pretty nice sounding, huh? Acoustically, it sounds like this. Like the ghost of someone dear, she comes to haunt me in my sleep. Remember that tune, Buffalo Springfield? Pretty girl, why? Pretty girl, why? Pretty girl, why not love me? Showing my age. Anyway, if you're interested in this, I think it's up on the website. And just drop me a line and we'll talk turkey. Gobble, gobble. So wonderful guitar. Wonderful guitar. And hardly played. One thing about the blonde finishes, it's very hard to see dents and stuff. So if you want a guitar that you can throw around, get a blonde one, because you really don't see the dings and stuff. But I couldn't find, there's a couple little pick marks and stuff, but other than that, this thing is pretty sweet. This is the squeakiest chair. Thank you. I need Wes's machine. Okay, harmonic. Let's see what we got. Looks fabulous. Harmonic minor is my favorite scale. I know, it's a very moody scale. That it gives you that dark sound. By the way, the chords on the harmonic minor scale, you really get some interesting chords, but it's where the diminished chord comes from. And then we also, what else? Well, there's a bunch of other cool chords that come from it, depending on how you harmonize it. Augmented. This guy. Okay, enough of that. David Bronson, my favorite Springfield song. All right. PGW, great song in my opinion. Pretty Girl, why? Okay, I get it. Mark, the 550. This one has a 5-piece neck. They normally come with a 3-piece neck. How you doing, Mark? Good to hear from you. Tom, late to the party. Now, Tom's bought one of these. I think his is Sunburst. He loves it. So when I saw this at the guitar show, I thought, man, I know I got some students who are going to want this. So I got it. Follow-up question on AABA form. What could I do to keep my place on a tune like Impressions? Add a turnaround at the end of the form? Well, let's see, like when I did Alone Together, I had a stop at the very end of the A section for a fill. Just keep your place. Let's see. What 16 bars feels like? Feels twice as long as 8. But you got to know what 8 bars feels like, and then another 8. And you got to say to yourself, start over. It's hard. Wish you had a counter tell you where it is, right? Tell you what section you're in. Other than Impressions, since it's only got 2 chords. So once you get done with the E flat, you got to say to yourself, okay, I've got D minor for 8 bars, and that's it, and start again. When that comes around, you got to start again. And don't get distracted like I did. Okay, where are we at here? Hi, William. William Melton, what's happening? I'm going to see him tonight. He's part of the Jazz Mastermind group, and we're going to be working on Green Dolphin Street. Rich is working with a lovely sounding instrument. Thank you. Thank you. It really is. Thank you, Tom. Beautiful Heritage. Jacob, what's happening, man? I missed you last night. Greetings, jazz smokers from Southern California. What a mess it is down there. That's so sad. Richard Bostock, and a student, we go way back, probably 25 years, right, Rich? Working on my accelerator lessons, yeah. And he's a wonderful player. And he's been doing the Jazz Accelerator. And I've been trying to really punish him with stuff. And he's taken it like a champ. Rich plays more when Wes is away. That's true. Because I don't know what else to do. Gordon, get band in the box, bang in the chords, and just play over and over again. Yeah, you know, if you wanted to put a big 5 chord, you could, like a 5 sus. So if you went, you know, from the so only got 2 beats, but if you hear that 5, maybe that might help. You had made that suggestion, but that might work. That might help you. And then once you get after a while, you'll feel it. Tell myself I'm starting over. Yes. Ann, how you doing, Ann? Great class last night. Thank you, Ann. It's a real pleasure having you there. Did you meet Larry Coryell? Saw him live twice. No, I never have. Never met him. Tony's back. All right. Tony is an interesting fella in, I think, Connecticut or New York or something. He's a doctor. He's a doctor to the, let me see if I got this right, the Olympic boxing team. All right. Larry has a great version of impressions. Rich Little had a great version of impressions, too. I see how I did that. Now there's nobody I can talk to here. Oops, what? All right. I met Larry Coryell in the 80s, told him I was a frustrated guitarist. He said, me too. I liked, there was an album of his, I think it was his first album, and it had a blues in the beginning. I really liked that album. When he passed away, I went to learn that tune. I forget the name of it. And I think we played it on the live stream. Okay, so now what? Tell you what, I just happen to have another guitar here that I'd like to show you guys. And this particular one is another one that I just picked up. It is a Herbelis. Let me try to do this without breaking something. By the way, on that H550, god dang it. Whoop, 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 whoop. On that H550, you got to adjust the neck. It had a fret sticking out. To fix that, had to fix the nut. The nut wasn't cut. So, and by the way, the truss rod had never been adjusted, and the same with this guy. And the reason I know is because you can't get a wrench in there because, a lot of times Heritage is notorious for this. They'll spray paint it and spray paint the nut, and then there's a bunch of goop and crap in there, and you got to dig it out. And so what I've had to do with both of these guitars, there's an airplane, is you have to, I take a Dremel, and you kind of have to make it a little bit deeper here, and then there's a bunch of junk around the nut, so you got to get the smallest little drill bit and go around that nut so you can get room to get a wrench on the thing. And I was one of the reasons I wanted to go to the NAMM show is to talk to Pete Farmer and tell him, would you tell him the math? Don't paint over the nut. Come on, anyway. Now this guitar has a Benedetto pickup on it. So yeah. Oh, the other thing I did on this is I raised the pickups off the top with the little rings. So I did that, cleaned it up, adjusted the neck, pounded a couple frets, did the truss rod, did the nut, yeah. And by the way, you know how low I have the action on these guitars. So if you hear buzzing, last night I went to sleep in Detroit City. All right. I could probably turn down this vocal one here. Testing. Can you hear me okay? So, yeah. So this has a Benedetto pickup. I have the original as well. And whoever buys this, they can have the original. I turn that down just a tad. And hold on a second. Hold on here now. So I have the original. Now, usually these come with a Tune-o-matic. But this came with this ebony bridge. I thought I'd leave it on just to hear what it sounds like. The pickup has been lifted off the top with the pickup rings. And there you have it. Wait a minute. I get the rich little joke. I was his guitarist for 10 years. Really? Did he sing? Don Rickles would sing. He I played a couple of gigs with him, and he had an orchestra. And he would sing, "I'm a nice guy, I'm a nice guy." Anyway, this guitar, if you notice, it's red. This guitar is red. It's red all over. I think it's a pretty good-looking guitar. People see it coming. We did the interview with Pat Kelly, and he's got a blue Benedetto. He says, I get more compliments on this guitar, just the way it looks. So I have that red L5, and I take it to gigs, and people are always, man, that's a great looking guitar. That guitar sounds great. I think people hear with their eyes. So let me play a tune on this. Let's see what. Here we go. All the things you are. Let's see. Ta-da! So, I think it sounds pretty dang good. Let's take a closer look on inspection here. So, this guitar is pretty much a 175 laminate guitar. This particular one, that's rosewood, I think. Or is it ebony? It's a dark rosewood. Gold hardware. Single binding on the neck. Again, another guitar that hasn't been played much. It does have a tiny bit of fret wear on the B string down here. This is another one I had to adjust the nut. You know, it's just a little too high. You know, you just got to file it down. You got to be careful when you do that. and then had to dig out the truss rod on this again. So it makes me think, wow, the guy never adjusted the neck on this. It's like, what the hell? So, yeah, you know, that's why a lot of the, you know, people get frustrated, I guess, with their guitars. I don't know. If they don't adjust them, I would be too, you know. I think I was talking to Tim Patchen one day, and he was saying, man, I had this old Gibson. I really liked it, except, God, the action was so terrible. So I got rid of it. And it's like, then later on, I just thought, gee, I could adjust, you know, he learned how to adjust it, you know, so got to learn how to do that, guys. Anyway, so that was all the things you are as a samba. So that's kind of a fun little ditty. Anybody got any questions? Looks like you could put 2 335s inside that thing. Sure sounds nice. I think you're right about that. It's the size of 2 335s. I was talking to somebody. Have you seen the price of a 59 335? Go look it up. $60,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. Morro Bay is calling. Hi, I just want to talk to you about your car insurance. So, oh yeah, Tim, yeah, it was an ES150. Yeah. So, you know, that once you learn how to adjust them, you know, usually the guitar, there's very rare there's nothing that can be fixed on a guitar with a good luthier. If you've got high fret here and there or whatever, that's easy. Sometimes you need to have a fret level. You know, Gibsons, they don't have that sharp edge that comes out. Spam risk. So yeah, if the guitar is pretty sound, you're probably good to go as long as you know how to adjust it. So I've had several of these Herb Ellis's. They're a wonderful guitar. You know, some people think, oh, I want a 175. I need that extra pickup. Do you really? Usually not if you're playing jazz. It's just more weight on the top. Okay. I think the cash on those old 335s is because Ted McCartney was still head of Gibson, a great era. That's right. And Richard, you have an old one, don't you? A 64 or something. Kenny Burrell calling, he wants his guitar back. Well, good luck, Kenny. Let's see. Anybody want to hear anything? So again, this isn't on the website yet, but if you're interested, you give me a call. I'm going to the guitar show, so I don't know if I'll be taking that or not. I'm going to take some of the older stuff. By the way, hey, have you guys seen the Norman's Rare Guitars, the biography of Norm Harris on Netflix and Norman's Rare Guitars? Check it out. Jim Rolfe told me about it. And I knew there was, you know, we did an interview with Norm many, many years ago. And we never got it on YouTube, which it was a part of our video magazine. We never put it on YouTube. I don't know why. But check it out. Check it out. It's very interesting. I've known Norm since when he had his little store on Tampa, up by Winnetka. tiny little thing. It was hot in there. It's always hot in the valley. And but Norm, I actually had met him years before that through Dale Zdenek and Ted Green. And I remember one day Norm came in with this old mandolin and said, "Man, I just got this mandolin and I paid $75 for it." And I don't know how much it was worth, but it was a really beautiful instrument. And but anyway, that was his start when, for me anyways, talking with Norm. Then I used to see Norm because we took lessons from the same teacher, and he was right before me. And afterwards, he said, "Why don't you come over to the shop, man? Come over. I want to show you some guitars." So I did, and he showed me this 1955 Stratocaster and said, "Man, Rich, you should buy this." And I tell you, that guitar did sound great. It didn't sound like the Stratocasters of today. I don't know why. Something was different about it. And I said, "You should buy it." "Oh, well, how much is it, Norm?" $2,000. And this is 1977 maybe, or 3, 4, I don't know. $2,000? Holy crap, Norm. Can I pay you $15 a month? Anyway, I didn't buy it. Should have, because what are they going for now? Good grief. Whew. Crazy. So anyway, but this special on Norman's Rare Guitar is really neat. You should check it out. And he's a great guy. He is a very nice guy. And I hope to see him this weekend at the show. Hopefully he's healthy enough to get on down there. Okay, where are we at? Any Joe Beam. Okay, Sway. Don't. Yeah, that was a lot of money considering I think I bought my car, a 77 brand new Caprice, for, I want to say $5,300, something like that. That was a beautiful car. I'd like to actually get one of those again. That was right when you could hook it up to a computer to find out what's wrong with it, but it didn't have a computer in it. 1977. Okay, so we do have some requests. Where's this? Rich feel like playing She's Leaving Home. Why not? We'll just go down the list. I'm going to keep them short. Whoop. Wrong key. No, there you go. That's how that's supposed to end. Ay, ay, ay. Let's see, what else? Quiet Nights. Okay, one note samba. Well, let's see what we can do here. This is just a little samba. Good grief. Folsom Prison. But I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. All right, here we go. Sorry, I had a fit of Johnny be good. So yeah, one note samba, very nice song. How do you like the fatter Herbalist neck? I like it just fine. I go back and forth on neck size, you know. My hands are constantly changing. One day they're not swollen, they're fine, everything's wonderful. Next day they're tight. It's like, and then so that's why I have the guitars so low. You know, this guitar would actually sound a little better if I raised the action up, but I really can't because I'm a baby. I admit it. I'm a spoiled baby. Okay, tell you what. Okay, wait a minute. Hey there, Rich. It's me, Mike Walker. How you doing? Nice to hear from you, Mike. Are you on your boat? I was the guy that put the Bartolini pickup on the Loris 650 guitar. It worked great, and the pickup made a world of difference. I get it. Living in New York City, builder named Rick Kelly. I think the movie is called Carmine Street Guitars. Carmine Street is the coolest area of New York City. Oh, I'll have to check that out. Thank you. Jacob, how's it going? Let's see. Rich, your playing is lovely to listen to. Thank you. Jim Patchen, love the tag. Ann, wow, solo. Thank you, Ann. Jim Rolfe, Mark Larkin, Gail, yes, he's a spoiled baby. Well, you're right. She spoils me too. It's your own fault, honey. Yeah, so let's play another song. Oh, I have another guitar I want to show you. I don't know if I've ever shown you this, but I want to show it to you because I'm going to take it to the show. And I think I am. So look at, if you are interested in this, it comes with 2 pickups, hard showcase, it's beautiful shape, plays great. It's red. Make no mistake about it. It's red, and red goes to their head. It's like they say, when you paint a car, paint it black, it won't be back. Paint it white, it's right. Paint it red, it goes to their head. Just don't paint it old people green. That's the saying. All right, so here is a 175 right here. Ah, crap. Hey. This 175, I don't think I've ever shown it yet. It's a 1947 with a Charlie Christian. Or maybe I did show it once. 1949. Did I say 47? 1949 with a Charlie Christian. And it's a nice guitar. And Rob Riggs, I have a G50, a GA50 Gibson amplifier. It's got a 8-inch and a 12-inch speaker in it. And that guitar, that amplifier's never really worked right. Well, Rob has worked on it, and then he found a fella who's really, I forget the guy's name, but he worked on it and got it going and great. And so I'm going to take it down to the guitar show, and I'm going to display that amp with this guitar. What a combination that would be, don't you think? I think it would be cool. So anyway. So this is come on. So Charlie Christian pickup. This is a Charlie Christian from the 30s. The guitar originally started off as with a P90, and somebody took it out, and I think it's a factory job because it's so clean and nice. Anyway, they put the P90 little pedestal that goes on the back and pickup under there to get rid of the, so you don't see the cuts, because this isn't quite an exact fit. But it's interesting. So the Charlie Christian pickup is a big-ass pickup, and it goes down here with a big metal plate, and you can adjust the pickup. Now, these screws are kind of corroded, so it's got a cool sound, though, doesn't it? So the Charlie Christian pickup, it's an old one. It's got that the bar there, and it's a very balanced guitar. Orange County Show is at the Orange County Fairgrounds. Okay. Are you tired, Samick? Tried Samick HJ? It doesn't ring a bell. Let me play a tune with this. Here we go.
One, two, 1, 2.
You do pick up some buzzing. Yeah, this has got a chunky neck. Bruce's new red guitars, Charlie Christian pickup. Yeah. Oh, you saw him in San Francisco last night. Oh, cool. That's great, man. Thanks for sharing, Eddie. Did you tell him hello from all of us? You know, you'd think I'm a real popular guy. Stop. Screen call. He has a new guitar built to be like Bernie Kessel's. Yeah, I've seen that guitar. He had it on our live stream. Yeah, that tune was called Opus de Funk. Opus de Funk. Horace Silver. Well, you guys, anything else you guys want to talk about? I tell you what, I'd like to cut it a little bit short today. So you like the sound of this, huh? It is different. I just noticed that thing was acting up, needs a little cleaning. I love the old knobs on these. See the old knobs? They're very pretty. I forget what they're called. Half-baked or something. Or no, maybe that's the guy playing it. Oh, somebody requested Fly Me to the Moon, didn't they? that was Fly Me to the Moon. Yeah. The buttons, we taped these things, guitar and vocal, the vocal mic. We taped them when we first got the mixer, and then we switched them back and never. So that was Fly Me to the Moon. I noticed that you are either on or behind the beat, which sounds good. I tend to go ahead of the beat, which is not great. Any suggestions for that? Yeah, chill out, man. Make sure your pick is hit. It's kind of obvious. Like I notice people at camp, if they're tapping their foot, they get tapping. And they're tapping it, and they start going faster and faster, and it's like they get nervous, and the foot goes tapping. So I suggest you either tap on 1 and 3 or 2 and 4. 2 and 4 is better. Me to the moon, and make sure your pick is on the beat. All right, so make sure your pick is on the beat. Boom, 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 And I tell guys, don't tap your foot. You don't need to tap your foot. You're not 6 years old. Now, I go back and forth with other players. They're always, like the bass player I played with 25 years with, always tapped his foot. Left, right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So he always knew where 1 and 3 were, and 2 and 4. So there's that. And I always thought that really the beat should be in your hand, not in your feet. You might also practice with the metronome on beats 2 and 4, which can be a little tricky in the beginning. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. You practice with that on 2 and 4 for a while, and that'll straighten you out. Try that. Try that. I think it'd be good for you. Very important. Any other questions or anything? Thank you, Advin Jack. Thank you. Sounds lovely. Sounds great. Thank you, sirs. To the moon, great. Thanks for playing. Tapping 2 and 4. This reminds me of stomping. Used to bring the sheet plywood so that he would not damage the floors. Reminds me of stomping. Oh, stomping Tom Connors. Oh, Of the 3 Eagles, of the 3, Heritage, Herb Ellis, or the 1949, I like the sound of the Heritage. It's bigger body, bigger sound. Also, the position of the pickup. Big deal. Yeah, this sounds old school without a doubt. Okay, guys. Well, you know what? I think we're going to wrap it up. I really appreciate having you here, and thank you. And I'm going to go to the guitar show. I'll bring back a couple of stories, and Wes will probably be back. And I hope to see you over the weekend. If you're in the vicinity of Orange County, California, come on down there. Come on down. Thank you guys for everything, and we'll see you next time, okay? Thanks for joining us. Without you guys,